today I'm going to discuss, actually to introduce the pen display products, how we will utilize with distance learning solutions. So first of all, let's just see the agenda for today. So first we will see why is the need to do distance learning. And second, and how does it work? Third, we will try to use my views board and integrate with the video conference and in my view board. And fourth, the benefits of the video communications. And fifth, we will talk about the technology which is being used in the pen display, which is the electronic magnetic resonance technologies. The sixth is going to talk about the hardware and installation. So we're going to start right away now. So I think nowadays what is the need for distance learning? Basically, it's all about because students are not physically present for the lessons. So they could be for many reasons. So nowadays, as we can see, due to the coronavirus, so most of the schools are closed and due to the lockdowns, and because of this there is more need to the distance learning. And the second reason for that is in certain cases, scenarios where some students were unable to attend the school due to medical leave or maybe disabilities and other various reasons. And the third reason is the remote locations in certain place country where people where there is rural areas and they have limited to transportation. So due to these various reasons, the needs for distance learning is like people will have more need for the distance learning. And now let's look at how does it work for distance learning. I think there are a lot of solutions nowadays in the world in the market. And with the solution for that, because in nowadays there are a lot of solutions like touch displays, and people are using a normal small screens and any kind of a tablet to use to have a solution for the distance learning. But why we said we want the pen displays solutions, we want to give a better solutions using my displays, but maybe the pen display with my view board. We want to offer better solutions now. So as you can see, if ViewSonic's displays, the pen displays, what it creates is it writes and draw and on the digital papers as when the teachers they teach from home. And the second best things about the pen display product is it a portable device. So it is light and it is not restricted to a fixed location. So the teachers or even the student, if they are using the Notas series, this device here is the Notas, and it is very portable and light, so it is not restricted to any location. And the second is that replicate the classroom, so the teachers and the students they will interact in the live environment. So we want to see that they may be using a different platform. So, and the third is easy access to the internet. So as we see nowadays in most of the country, even in the underdeveloped countries, people are having easy access to the internet. So this will not be an issue for them. So that's the last part is the cost. So in this list, the cost wise is we want to say that the schools will be able to save money. So on some of the space, if they can work on distance learning, and even some of the school supplies. So as for the students, they will be able to save time and money on the cost of transportation. So the main point of this distance learning is to ensure students to continue learning from anywhere, and that they do not miss out their education. coming to the next slides, we will we will integrate my viewboard, a digital whiteboarding, and so in a scenario where the teachers, there will be a host, there will be like online host, and they will be at home. So if in this scenario they will be at home, so they'll be connected to the PC, and the Notas, which will be connected to the laptop. And as for the students here, the students will be connected using the WoodPad. A WoodPad, this does not have a display, so you can see that for they will be participate in these online classes, and if they want to take digital note, they can use a WoodPad to achieve that, to take any positions note taking. This is a more normal setup of the pen display if for a distant learning. So to have an advanced learning for teachers, here this is a setup is much more simple. So for some cases where where the teachers, when they have interactive environment, so they will need to see the interactions of the students. So they will maybe advise them to suggest to set up a third monitors, a bigger screens, and so they can view the students who will be online, so they can and see the interaction from the face, from the internet, from the bigger screen. And I see that we are using nowadays a lot of video conference in the market now, and we can integrate that in my view board. So I think people in a lot of countries, people are using Zooms, and some are using Teams, and even people are using Cisco and various platforms. So with my view board, they can achieve this to have an interactions. But I think this is more easier for them, because I would say easier means, the students and teachers, they already process everything they need for the video conferences. They already have the PCs, they already have internet. This is already, they already have all these facilities at home. So it is much more easier to set it up when doing the distant learning solution. So I think the benefits of the video communications, as for the video conference, is I think most people, everybody knows the benefit of it. But I think we just want to stress out the benefits of the video conferences. It is two-way communication, so it provides. So as I was saying it earlier. So the students, the teachers can have a two-way communication with the students. So in the live environment. And it can have a multiple screen sharing. So instead of just one screen, if you are using a live streaming now, so like live streaming, you can only one screen sharing maybe as possible. For with video conference, you have more than one screen. Even the students can share their screen. And the third is agilities on demand. So people are using, they have more and more demand on that. So. And I think let's move on to the benefits of the live streaming. And comparing to video conference, due to the internet, so they were not able to reach a larger audience. So where for the live streaming, it can achieve this with the internet as most, and its stabilities. And second is accessibilities due to the let's say the internet. And third is learning on the go. So they can even students can live stream, so they can even learn when they are on the go. So when they are late for school, they can still learn when they are during transportation. So these are the few benefits of the live streaming. I think besides the working from, learning from home, a lot, even a lot, we see nowadays a lot of a lot of companies, they are being, they are also working from home. So in the scenario where people, or corporates, business associates are working from home, so they can share the screens, they can like videos, audios, and office documents and PowerPoints and any kind of documents. And in on the third, they can even use documents for approval. So when they are not at home, they are not at school, they are not at the office, and they are not at school, they can approve any documents at home using this kind of our device, the Notas, where they can write. And the third means they can even record meetings, so and for later, and they can share it, and even like streaming, live streaming even also, and they can even go and revisit the whatever the events they want to see again. And coming to the EMR technology of the pen display of, so it consists of three components. The first is our sensor board, and the second is the controller board. The third is the digitizer pen here. So the first thing is we have the sensor board embedded inside this Notas here. So what does this do is it charges the pen and receives the signals from the pen, and we have a controllers which it coordinates the pressure of the pen to the display. And the digitizer pen, here we see our digitizer pen is a wireless and a battery-free pen. So it does not require any battery. So it generates this power. So when it touches the display here, and the power will be activated. So because of this technologies, it is much more. You can find it's much more advanced than a touch technologies. And now we are looking at the pen display, the hardwares. Okay, currently we have the three models starting from 7.5 inch to 13.3. So um, we'll start that. You can see the Notas pen display is with a display which works as a second monitor now. Just as in this scenario, my main computer, my PC is the first display, is the first monitor, and this Notas is set up as a second display. So it's supposed to work as a digitizer whiteboard. So whatever is on my viewboard, I can just the whole screen can be written on this my Notas here, so it can utilize the whole space. And the second and 10.4 inch is a drawing pad, which we called it a drawing pad earlier. It's because it's the purpose of it is for the designers and all photos editors, and they can use this kind of, even the office people can use this kind of the drawing pad device to take digital notes. So that it does not have a display. So once it's connected, but one is connected to the PC, so they just write on the pad, and they will have to look on the first display, PC display monitor, and this is to write on the board and see on the screen. So for students, this in scenarios, we want to give the Notas for the teachers, and the drawing pad will be suggest for the students. And then comes a 7.5 inch the drawing pad, which is much more smaller, compared to the 10.5. It's a small and a medium size. So writing on these Notas and even on this WoodPad, you can see. Let me change the pen features. Okay. to more fine. So I can, so I don't want to show the pen pressure here. So you will have a very intuitive experience, handwriting experience, like you're writing on a normal papers, and then you can see the we can see the light and the hard stroke on the of the pen. So coming to that, and we just said this is a battery free pen, and it is wireless. So and the pen accuracy is 0.25 mm. So comparing to a normal touch display, a touch display has a word of, it's a thicker pen nib. So when you write, you will not get a fine wording. So comparing to the pen display, the stylus, the digitizer pen here. So the digitizer pen, we can write all a more finer. We can write a more finer wording. So this is the advantage of using the pen displays devices here. So and as we can see, this Notas currently it is only connected with, it can be connected to only one cable, like the Type C. So a Type C to the Notas here, and a Type C to the monitor, to the PC or to the laptop. And if some and the second option is if they don't have a Type C connection, they can interface. They can use a HDMI and with a USB. So a micro HDMI will be connected to this Notas here, and the Type C on the Notas, and the other end will be the USB to the PC, to the laptop, and also the HDMI onto the mod and to my PC and it works actually on all the, like currently it works on the Windows and the Mac and actually Chrome, and in the future it will be also for Android. So it's not an issue connecting to any of the devices, to any of the OS. And so as we can see the installation here. So it's a plug and play device. There is no drivers needed. So but we suggest the students and even the teachers to upgrade, to install the drivers. So to get some better upgrade functions of like because we have here the 6 express buttons, so they can set it up to they can set it to controls, to key controls. They can display the desktop, and I can set up to the next page or the previous page. They can even set it up to zoom in or zoom out. So as for these lot of customizations buttons, so we will suggest them to install the drivers. And on the pen also, on the pen of the Notas, we can see here we have a side button. For the Notas series with the nice side buttons, you can set it up as an undo button. You can set it up as an eraser also. And on the tip of and on the back of the digitizer pen for the Notas, it is a eraser function. So for the eraser on the side buttons, you can set up a different function for that. So and also installing the drivers, they will have a better brush performance if people are using it for designing purpose. As you can see it in let's say for the Photoshop, and they have some brush effects that can be achieved if you have installed the drivers. So coming to this pen pressure level, so I think the pressure level here, let me set up the pressure level to a thicker. So earlier our WoodPad here is actually it's only 2000. It was only 2000 pressure level. So now we have upgraded to 4096 pressure level. As for the Notas, this is 8000 pressure level. So what are this pressure level means? So bigger the bigger the numbers of the pressure level, you will see you will get a more fine stroke, and also a better, a greater color variation. So like here, so like let me write this. I'm using a 10. So and when I'm writing a harder, it become a thick stroke. So this can be achieved if you are using a higher pressure level. And the product, I think what for the sales people is what we are more concerned is who are we to who is our target customers. Currently, this will be the best product for the education sectors, for the teachers and students, and we could recommend it even in the corporates. For corporates, where the business associates, they will need to they even have a meeting. They can even do a meeting at work from home. These scenarios, all this we can target all the way to the same. Okay, sorry Jim, I think I just saw your, are you still able to hear my microphone now? Because I think it's still, okay. So for now, just covered the introductions of this, and I'm going to share one more slides, one more PowerPoint. Uh, what are the sales kit for the Notas? So it is very important for the Notas because we want to. It's a very great product for the teachers. Okay. So this is a sales kit for the Notas product. Okay, okay, okay. Great, good. Thanks, James. Jim. Okay. So if our MP product of the Notas, it will consist of this pen, which is which is which we have an eraser at the back side at the rear end of the pen, and we have a side button on the pen. So and we will have a protect and a display and a display cover, so you can set it up as a stand also. So on this slides, we are just mentioned you can have writing on this Notas. You will have a great writing experience. So that what cannot be achieved when users are using a mouse or any a touch, and maybe let's say a touch pen. So and it is convenient to write a more fine word. So allowing all the teachers to come to display all to utilize the space and all the whiteboard on the Notas here. So what we're saying as a precise handwritings. So we will be using my view board digitizer teaching tools. You can have you can have an easier control using our Notas pen, the stylus pen, when you have, instead of using the mouse, and so it will not be any longer an issue when people are doing a distance learning. Even during my view board portraits, when there is a need to write or draw, it will be difficult. It will be difficult to use with a mouse, but with a Notas stylus, it will be much more easier to use it to when you're writing on a pen and when you're drawing it. So it creates a bigger difference of that. And that I mean people when my view board with your classrooms and in the group discussions, and I think what we have just mentioned earlier, it's when you're writing, we write and have a fine wordings. So even when students can fully present their ideas, if they are writing, it's much more simple. So in which when they have something to draw and a drawing, so using a pen, they they are able to share their ideas more the whole to share the fully ideas on the screen with the group. So this can be achieved if they are using the pen displays product. So for the Notas, and we can use this the hand, right, the Notas pen for editing documents. So editing it will be easy. Editing the documents will become easier because using the keynotes and the briefings, I think people, since everyone is using the Windows 10 OS, we have it can be achieved by using the Windows Inks tool when we are taking notes on a office documents or on a PowerPoint or like even on a OneNote. So this can be achieved and that you can write like we are writing on a paper kind of feeling. So and there is no additional drivers required to download. And the usage of the Zoom also, which will be much more convenient process. So in doing any kind of presentation, it will becomes much more clear presentations, and on doing the online courses also, online material, sharing the online material will be much more easier and much more convenient for the teachers. As we just mentioned earlier, it's a plug and play. So if all the computers, if all the laptops, they have a Type C, we can just achieve a one cable management and connecting to the Type C to the Notas and a Type C to the laptop, and you're ready to use and without installing the drivers. So as we have mentioned in my previous PowerPoint, so to install drivers, you will have a better to upgrade the functions, the quick button and the pen stroke. And the last is the big cable management, which is you will need the more the wire, it will be more the hassle. So, but if they don't have a Type C, it is optional with HDMI and a USB cable. So as we mentioned, we have all the 6 buttons on the sidebar. So all the teachers can set freely to their personal requirements. And it is a very portable and lightweight Notas. And I think what we want to see is the 2 teachers can take it anywhere, and it's much more. It's very portable, and so they don't need. They will not feel the weight when they are moving from places to places. So there's no restrictions on the class venue. So and it's only weighs around 800 grams, which comparing to a similar product, it is 35% lighter, and it is only 7 millimeter. It's thin only. So comparing to most of the like which is around like weight is 1.1 whatever 1 kg to 1 kg above, and thickness will be somewhere around 8 to 9 millimeters. And on this slides we introduce the stylus pen here. So on the back side of the pen is an eraser, and it does not require any battery. And on the side buttons, we have 2 side express buttons, And the great thing is the nibs, it can be replaceable. We have one is installed in the pen, and there will be 3 more additional nibs on the packing. So when they want to change the nibs, they can easily change the nibs to the requirements. And as I said, for the handwriting touch, it has an intuitive writing experience, like on the papers. And with 8,000 pressure level, you will get more fine stroke and a greater colors variations, from a more thin stroke to a thicker stroke. And it supports the 60-degree tilt angle. So what this means is when you're holding at a 45 or 35 different tilted angles, some pens you will not, some digitizer pen will not able to get the writings properly. So with this Notas pen, you can easily achieve writing, have a great writing experience like on a normal paper. So support is on the Windows, Mac and Chrome, and in the near futures it will be also compatible with Android also. So we were targeting by the end of this month, Mac and Chrome will be ready, and by maybe by Q4 the Android version will be ready, and we just need to upgrade the drivers on. And we can see the comparison table now. So as for the Notas, we just want to compare with the Wacom product, because Wacom is a much well-known competitors in the market. There are a lot of others Chinese brand, and even the model, some of the Chinese brand, the pricing for this for this kind of 13.3 display will be higher comparing to ours. And you can see the brightness, we excel compared to Wacom One, which is only 200 from, and Cintiq Pro is on 250 CD only. So in the contrast ratios, we excel also comparing to 1,800 per of Wacom and Cintiq Pro. Notas pen will be 5,000. And the color gamut it's the same for Notas and the Wacom one. And then you can see Cintiq Pro, it is at 87 RGB. So pressure level, it's we also excel, but if we're comparing to Cintiq Pro, because the pricing is much more high, is not an entry product. For the Wacom products, Wacom One product, this is an entry product which they have the MSRP, they set it up to for around 399. Our MSRP is 319. So for the Cintiq Pro, it is as much as high as 800 US dollars actually. So as for the response rate, we can see the Notas is having a 266 report per second, and Wacom product is only 250, and as you can see, the weight, it is only 800 gram, and comparing to Wacom's above 1 kg, and the thickness is 70 milliamp, and as you can see, Wacom products, it is 14.6 millimeters and 13.9 millimeters, so it's quite thick and will be much more heavier. So as we can see, active area, it is all 13.3 inches product, and display resolution is the same. And another great things about Notas is a plug and play device which does not require any drivers, but we recommend to install drivers for more function. Okay, so that's it. We cover the we covered the introductions of the pen display products of Notas and the WoodPad. So if the teams any will if you need any supporting materials, we will send you by emails, and just let me know. Is there we will share the information. Comparison table. We have a comparison table which we will be able to share by email. So for now, we're going to close the session for today. So if there is anything, any questions, before we close the sessions, any questions, guys, can you just let me know, or we will send you. You can give me an email. I will reply through my email. So if there's no any questions, I think I'll just close out. We just wrap up this session in about 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, thank you guys. See you guys. Take care. Bye.